So, hopefully by now you've had your first successful print with your own Kira profile. If not, or you've had any problems up until this point, back out to our main channel page and check out our troubleshooting playlist. You should be able to identify any problems that you're having until now on that page and find a workable solution. For now, we're going to assume that your test print came out good, or at least as well as mine did, which was fairly adequate. Next, we're going to print a temperature tower so we can absolutely dial in the perfect printing temperature for the PLA that we're using at the moment. There are different temperature towers for PLA and ABS and other types of filament. We're looking at a PLA temperature tower. I am using thing number 2493504 on Thingiverse. I will put that link down below. One of the important things to remember, especially with something like this, is to check out the Readme file. Now, this temperature tower is nice because it has not only the STLs, which you can go in there and adjust the temperature manually by how many layers or the thickness of the print, which some temperature towers require you to do by yourself. But this one also includes the G code. I'm in the wrong folder. There we go. This one includes the G code, okay, for a couple different sliced. So for PLA, I think we will run this 190 to 230. I don't recommend using other people's G-code files for models or anything else because it is possible for them to change the defaults on your machine. It's rare, but it can happen. But this one I've tried before and I know that it's safe, so go ahead and get yourself this file. You're going to need to take that file and drag it onto your SD card. For me, I'm going to be dragging it into my ready to print folder that we talked about earlier. So give me 1 second while I bring that up. Okay, here it is. So I'm just simply going to take my, you know what, yeah, let's do 180 to 220. We're going to drag that one in here so I can grab it from my Octoprint. You would be using it on your SD card and dragging and dropping and printing it the same way we printed the last one. The reason we're using their G-code is because it's pre-sliced to automatically change the temperature at each level so that we know we're ranging in the temperatures. And when this model's done, you'll be able to look at it and you'll see a very big difference between the top and the bottom of the print. Now, it's very important that you don't worry when you start to see stringing on the lower levels of the print or artifacts or anything like that, because it's at a super high temperature when it's printing and it's going to lower the temperature as it goes up. So somewhere in there we'll find a midpoint where it prints nice, but don't worry if it doesn't come out looking perfect on the bottom levels, okay? So we don't need to open our slicer since that file is already sliced. I'm just going to show you how to use my Octoprint here. What I'll do is I'll hit upload file. It'll give me some options here. I know it's in my sliced ready to print folder. And it is this one right here. So I hit open. It adds the file. It's basically uploading it to my Raspberry Pi. So now it's on my Pi. This is the equivalent of you putting it on your SD card and then inserting the card into the Ender 3. And now it shows up right here. I click on it. It populates my status board and I just hit print. Now I need to wait for the temperature to raise on the bed and the hot end and it'll start printing. I'm not going to monitor this while the whole thing prints, but when it is done we will take it off and we will look it over and decide where we think the best printing range temperature is for this PLA. Alright, so as you can see here, our temperature tower has finished printing. I'm going to gently remove it from the bed. I should remove the magnetic mat and then give that a quick flex and it'll just pop off. But you'll notice up here near the top in the 190 to 180 range we have some stringing going on. So we're going to rule those out as optimal temperatures right away. And then as you move down you can see 195 to 205 is looking pretty good. Even down to 210 as we get down here to 220, 215. Those are looking alright as well, so they're not that bad. You can see even down to the 220 is not bad, although there is a little artifact in the bottom of the plate there. But looking at the bridging here, these gaps across here,
I'm going to say that between 200 and 210 is optimal because they have the straightest bridges without any lumps. You can see down here at 210 it starts to sag there a little bit. At 205 it picks up and is a little bit leveler, and then at 200 it sags again a little bit. So we're going to be running at 205 because that's what our temperature tower looks the best at.